I function in today's world of social media and news and everything being at our fingertips, really just by following the example my community sets. Williams does a great job of teaching everyone from the students to the teachers how to use technology really effectively to further our education and further our what we want to do in life.
I like to see social media as something that I can engage with positively when I want to, but something that I retract from when I need to. I do also think that it can be a good tool to help stay involved in communities. I, through social media, have been able to be at least part of the Palestinian liberation movement. Social media can definitely be a great source of activism.
I don't like to incorporate social media into my personal life. I mainly use it strictly for like entertainment, and so I'm just going about my life. It doesn't really impact me that much.
I think I'm able to function at such a high level in this day and age by setting goals for myself. I think using a planner is helpful, and I also think thinking of social media as more of a positive rather negative has helped me to inspire me rather compare myself to others.
You hear a lot of things going on around the world. You tend to think that's it sucks, and it's tragic that some bad things are happening. But for the most part, if anything like was ever mentioned to me as a sort of, I guess, like prejudice thing to say, I just never let it bother me. It's difficult being Hispanic with some things going on recently, but you kind of just can't let it get to you, and you kind of just keep pushing forward.
But I tend to sort of stay back and just watch, enjoy all the different things, but I don't post a lot. I tend to keep, like I said, moderation and making sure that I prioritize so I can get my schoolwork done.
So you have to be able to understand that what you're getting is and receiving as information is very biased. It could be not real, especially with AI becoming a lot more prevalent and more advanced and developed. So being able to use that though and check across different sources, make sure you're looking at both sides of things, it can give you a really good opportunity to continue to work at such a high level because it gives you more point of views and it just can give you a bigger picture.
I take my time to sit down and do research on both sides to figure out really what I should believe and what's going on.
In terms of art, taking in other people's artwork for inspiration for my own, but for everyday things like communicating with my friends, I just use it regularly and try not to get distracted by it.
I'd say you got to get your priorities straight. It's one of the most important things. There's a lot of things that we like to do, that we want to do, but we need to put what's important at the top of our list first.
It's good for me to stay focused by setting limits on screen time, staying focused with the media I intake, and focusing on what's really important.
I function in this world of social media, news, and video through just having fun with it. I know who I am, I know what I want, and I'm going to live by that.
I tend to just shut my phone off if I need to, and try to focus as much as I can on myself. It usually helps me get into a zone, and then I don't worry about other things.
I like to do things that make me stay in the present moment. I really enjoy playing sports like volleyball and tennis, which help me to stay in the present moment and not be so focused on social media all the time.
So I like to maintain a pretty busy schedule, from robotics to school to sports to all that. And I think that you have to keep yourself busy to stay focused. You also have to have a certain level of drive and grit in order to stay focused and see what you need to do in order to accomplish your goals and your dreams.
I find it best to limit my media intake and take everything with a grain of salt.
I think a lot of people get distracted by the social media and news and everything going on around them, but I think the biggest thing is I just try to focus on school and focus on more what I can do in my future.
I try to use the good parts of social media to my advantage. I use it as an awesome way to connect with my friends. I also use it as a launch pad for learning.
When I'm scrolling, sometimes I find a video that might inspire me to start a project or see this volunteer opportunity that I could be doing. like every day, 1 hour of your time doing something else instead of scrolling, you could have done a lot more. You could have progressed a whole hobby or a whole skill at that point.